A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant move that has sent shockwaves through California's transportation plans, President Donald Trump, alongside Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy, announced the termination of approximately $4 billion in unspent federal funds allocated for the state's high-speed rail project. This decision, made public on Wednesday, marks a major setback for a project that has been plagued by delays, cost overruns, and political controversy since its inception. The high-speed rail project, which was initially approved by voters in 2008 with a budget of $33 billion and a timeline for completion by 2020, was intended to connect San Francisco and Los Angeles with an 800-mile rail line. However, as costs ballooned to an estimated $135 billion and the scope of the project shrank dramatically, the promise of a high-speed train seemed to slip further away from reality. By 2019, California Governor Gavin Newsom announced that the project would be scaled down to a mere 171-mile section between Merced and Bakersfield, and the completion date was pushed back to 2033. In a statement on Truth Social, Trump expressed his satisfaction with the decision, labeling the project as a disastrously overpriced, high-speed train to nowhere. He criticized Governor Newsom, referring to him by his derogatory nickname New Scum, and emphasized that taxpayers had seen nothing in return for their investment, except for cost overruns and mismanagement. The California High-Speed Rail Authority, CHSRA, has faced scrutiny for its handling of the project, with nearly $7 billion in taxpayer funds spent without laying a single foot of track. The Federal Railroad Administration, FRA, determined that CHSRA had breached commitments made in a 2010 agreement regarding federal funding, citing the project's inability to meet revised deadlines and serve its intended purpose. Secretary Duffy echoed Trump's sentiments, stating that the project had been a waste of taxpayer dollars and that federal funds would no longer be available for what he called a train to nowhere. Duffy's department is now consulting with the Department of Justice to explore the possibility of reclaiming federal funds already allocated to the project. The announcement has sparked a fierce response from Governor Newsom, who vowed to challenge the Trump administration's decision in court. Newsom argued that California is actively building the rail line and has made significant progress, with 50 major railway structures and 60 miles of guideway already completed. He accused Trump and Duffy of abandoning the Central Valley and handing over the future to China. As the situation unfolds, California officials are looking for private investments to help fund the now-reduced project, which has seen its funding sources dwindle over the years. The state had relied heavily on federal funding, but with the recent revocation, it is unclear how the project will proceed. The CHSRA plans to release an updated funding plan and timeline for the project, but with the federal government's withdrawal of support, the road ahead looks increasingly uncertain. This development is not just a blow to California's ambitious transportation goals. It also reflects the ongoing political battles surrounding infrastructure funding and the role of federal government support in state projects. As the state grapples with the implications of losing federal funding, the future of California's high-speed rail project remains in jeopardy, highlighting the complexities and challenges of large-scale infrastructure initiatives in the current political climate. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.